Hey everybody, it is Tuesday night. It's time for a weekly update up from the homestead. You notice I'm here by myself. I'll explain why in just a moment. First, let's say hi to everybody that's in chat. I see All American and Starla are in the chat right now. Howdy, guys. I see that there's some other people lurking in the darkness there, creeping a little bit. Why don't you guys go ahead and pipe in and say hey to everybody, and then we can get on. I can explain what's happened the past couple of weeks, what's going on tonight, why I'm alone, and just get everything back on track. Randy Pitts, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything's going okay. All right, now let me explain. The reason why Angela's not here is because she literally called at 7:40 and said she was walking out of the building, and it's a 20-30 minute drive from her work to the house. And hey, Lynn. And so she's going to be extremely late. It's the beginning of the month, and her job, they get a lot of phone calls at the beginning of the month. Plus, vacation season is almost over, and school's getting ready to start. So there's lots of financial stuff going on at the bank. So she's been extremely busy. When she gets here, if she feels like jumping on, I want you guys to congratulate her because she did get one of the jobs that she applied for. Hey, half bubble up plum, Jean Marie, and it's a very good job. It fits in line with her skill set from being a real estate agent and knowing how to do the paperwork. So it's a perfect fit for her. It's an upgrade in her position, and she's extremely excited about it. I'm very proud of her. She went through several job interviews for other positions, and it could very easily become frustrated by it, but she didn't. She kept her chin up, and we were talking about it, and the Lord put her through that to get her to the place that she needed to be. So we're both extremely happy. It's gonna there's a pay increase, so I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna help alleviate some financial stresses, which we all have, and it's always good. And the big plus in my book is it's an 8 to 5 job, so she's not going to be working until 7:30, 7:40 on weeknights, and so she'll be able to do more stuff around the house. So it's a big thing. So when she pops in or when she gets here, I'll make sure she sticks her head in to say hi, and then you guys can congratulate her. Okay. All right. Explanation as to why we didn't have a live last week. We didn't have any power. This is embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. There was a problem with the payment in June, and I didn't realize it. And it came to a head, and I did not get a notice that they were gonna punish us by turning the power off. That's just something that just happens sometimes, especially whenever it was just an oversight. The payment being not happening. I should have caught that last month and I didn't. And then the disconnect notice just slipped through the cracks. I did not receive it. I'm just going to end it right there. But they were nice enough not to disconnect it on the hottest day of the year. They waited until the next day, which was still so freaking hot. My goodness, it was hot. And but we survived. I got it back on in the morning, so there it is. And we were talking about it that evening whenever we didn't have any power. We couldn't even call out. Angela managed to get signal for a little bit. She talked to her dad. Said y'all were in the chat, and we were talking about it, and it was a good trial run, and some things that I've been putting on the back burner because we haven't had the money or the time or the energy. Well, I always talk about spending that capital, right? Well, we've got the capital now, and in all three accounts, and so we're gonna take care of some issues there and make it so that, again, it's just an inconvenience. It's not an emergency, and it wasn't an emergency last Tuesday either. It was just a major inconvenience. and it was still so stinking hot. I can't believe how hot it was. So there's the reason why. And like I said, it is a little embarrassing at 60 years old that things like that should not happen. But it's life, right? I'm sure put a one in the chat if you had something happen that is extremely embarrassing and was extremely preventable, and you can. Randy says he's getting lots of buffering. But put a one in the chat if you've had something like that happen to you that you're embarrassed. Don't say what it was. Just put it out there and think about when it's happened to you. All right. So what went on around here the last couple of weeks? Well, first off, again, the heat. It finally broke yesterday. It was a little warm in the morning, but it finally broke. Today was a really nice day. So we managed to get through that, and knock on wood, we did not lose any animals to the heat this year, which is something that usually happens. We usually lose one or two birds because of the heat, but we managed to get through it. And I think part of the reason we managed to get through it was because it rained constantly around here. Lent says reload the page and the buffering goes away. All right, I'm on Starlink, and the connection around here, connection on Starlink's been kind of wonky this afternoon, so that may be part of the issue. I don't know. Actually have bubble? Okay, so here's a no, I wasn't, and here's the reason why. I went to go get it and test it, and the button on it's busted. So it was generating power, but I didn't have any way to turn it on to get the power. So I have to. It's a cheap, inexpensive. I think it got broke. I took it over to Scaines' place when we were working over there last fall. I'm sorry, last spring, like a year ago, and I think I damaged it then. I just didn't test it between now and then. I packed it away and didn't think about it. And these things happen. It's a good learning experience. Learning experience probably isn't the right word. It's probably a good reminder when these things happen like this, because we identified a couple things. The good thing is I've got all those, and we didn't use them because we were able to use the headlamps and the Milwaukee light. Oh, look at that. He's have Bubbles upset. I took that thing to Self-Reliance Festival a couple of times, and Midwest Preparedness Festival, and managed to run stuff off it and show everybody what you could do. Now that the hardware in my solar generator is 15 years old now. I mean, it is dated. It is extremely dated. The panel is dated. It's not nearly as efficient as the new ones. And I think I'm going to get this fixed. And as I was complaining about breaking that button, I think I'm going to build another one. Somebody else built that one. We won that one in an auction. But I think I'm going to build another one with newer equipment in it that does a better job of managing the power and is more efficient in the process. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I got so many other things that we got to do. We went to our friend's daughter's wedding, and it was really nice. It was in Lee's, Missouri. We've known the bride since she was in 4th grade with our daughter, and they were friends through high school. Went to church together, and Angela became really good friends with her mom, and it was nice. We went to the wedding place and walked in, and there were a bunch of people that I knew. I could not remember their names, just so many of them, and because they weren't really. I wasn't really good friends with any of them. They were more Angela's friends, but it was nice seeing some people. And then my daughter was there with her granddaughter, which was really nice. Got to see her for a little bit. But all my daughter's friends, I told one of them, they're all late 20s and married. Most of them, well, all but 2 of them are married, and both of those girls are engaged. There was a group of about 6 of them there, and I told the one girl, I said, I saw you guys, and I know you're adults, but in my mind, you're still little kids sitting on my couch texting each other and giggling, and that's where you're stuck in my mind's eye. Because I honestly, I knew that they were kids that my daughter knew, but I couldn't tell you their names just because they looked so much different. They'd all grown up. They're all beautiful young ladies, all very successful and doing things with their lives. Got great, as far as I can tell, great fiancés and great husbands. Um, so I'm extremely happy for them. They all came from just regular families. I'm going to say good families in my opinion. Their parents were all engaged and did that. Uh, I tend to remember faces instead of names. Not always a good thing. Oh man, I'm terrible. I am terrible at remembering names. Hang on a second, guys. I've had a cough since Saturday, and I'm going to explain why here in a second. But yeah, I've always been terrible at remembering names, and people come up to me at festivals. We meet so many people, and they tell me their name, and when I'm talking to them, I do that thing where you say their name and you engage them that way. That's just polite conversation. But a year later, I meet so many people, man, you can't do that stuff. Yeah, Lynn, that's 100% correct. It is weird being the same age as old people. Speaking of old people, yours truly had a birthday last Wednesday. Yep, I turned 60 years old on Wednesday. Uh, Celebrated it by selling a couple of goats to somebody, which is a good thing, believe it or not. But Angela wanted a party, so she used my birthday as an excuse, and she put together a very elaborate. We had hey Skanes, we had a very elaborate conspiracy theory party, and even though I didn't want it, I told her multiple times that she could cancel it. I didn't want it. It was not as stressful, and it was nice. It was actually a nice evening. The weather was nice. The conversation was nice. Skanes gave a very, very bizarre alcohol-related conspiracy thing about me that was just very, very in-depth. She went to a lot of energy and time to put this thing together. Let's see. Randy says, on a happy note, I got to finally see my grandson, who I have not seen in 8 years, Sunday. Oh, excellent, man. Excellent. But yeah, she made Russian quaaludes. I'd never had one before, and they're very chocolatey and very sweet. I was never a Black Russian type of guy, just all the liqueur and stuff. But yeah, they were delicious, But several people gave their conspiracy theories, and they had to. The dish that they brought or the prop that they brought for their conspiracy had to involve their conspiracy. And we had one about the moon landing. We had one about illegal voting. We had Skanes, which was a CIA Russian conspiracy thing. And then I gave mine on the Swiss chocolate cartel and the global elites, and explained how soccer, chocolate, and the global elites manage the world. And it was spot on. But we gave away prizes. We had a little toy UFO that you open up the lid and you push the little alien's head, and it started making noise. And there was a little cow, and you fly the thing over the cow, and it would pick the cow up with a magnet and take off with it. And once the cow connected with it, you could hear the cow go moo. And then whenever you shut the UFO off, you could hear it power down. And the second place prize was one of those little drones that you hold in your hand, and you put your hand underneath it and it'll go up. So everybody had a good time. We had gay unicorn horns that Angela gave to everybody. They all disappeared. Everybody took them home. They were little foamies with rainbow lights in them, and I took one and tucked it into Fancy's collar, so it stuck up over her head like a unicorn horn, and she was our white fluffy gay unicorn for the evening. And the downside is my cough. Spags and Patrick Henry came over early. They had some stuff. They weren't going to be able to make the party. And Spags brought cigars. And even though I shouldn't, even though it poisons my body, I had a cigar with me. And I'll tell you what, it was so delicious. I genuinely miss having cigars. And then we drank, he brought a bottle of Isaiah Craig over. Is that the name of it? Elijah Craig. He brought me a bottle of Elijah Craig for my birthday. And we went out and sat in the lawn chairs and drank a glass full. It was nice. It was good. I got to tell you, it was the first time I touched alcohol since January 12th, and it messed me up. I got done, and I was tired. But I managed to make it to the party. I was so tired, guys. I was mowing the lawn and weed eating because that was the big thing last week. Was I got the lawnmower fixed on Saturday, and I literally spent 5 days mowing every night, an hour or two a night. And I was feeding the goats the clippings. And as of last night, I had fed them 25 gorilla carts full of grass since not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before. And I've got an area just as big to cut still. Because the grass, I went a month without mowing, and the grass was 2 feet tall in some places. In some places, it was taller than that, honestly. I mean, I literally was driving over it with the deck at 5 inches, and then I drop it down to 3.5, and I was taking time to rake it up and then weed eat and stuff. I didn't even change for the party. Everybody came looking all nice and clean, and I had mud all over me. I had wrangled up a doe. I sold some goats Saturday morning, and I was wrangling one of the does, and she just flopped down in the mud and would not stand up. And she's kicking me, and I had mud all over my legs and shirt and pants and socks. But it was a mama and 2 of the babies. They went to a very nice home. Got somebody coming over tomorrow night to get 3 more goats. That will make let's see here, 2. I will have gotten rid of about 15 goats in the last 3 weeks, which is really good. And I've got somebody else that wants all the small pygmies and Nigerian dwarfs. So I'm going to get pictures of that. And then I got somebody else that wants some, and maybe getting a breeder pair of sheep. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. God willing, we'll be able to whittle the little flock down. I was looking at it last night, and I'm not going to get rid of as many as I wanted to in the beginning, because I've got people that will buy the full-grown sheep. They'll butcher them and stuff. And if I sell all the sheep, all the males, then I won't have anything to sell. And if I sell all the bucks, the goat bucks, I won't have anything to sell this fall. So I think I'm going to keep more than I thought I was, because I know down the road I'm going to be able to sell them and get more money out of them. Yeah, Randy, seeing the grandkids will do that to you. Seeing, especially if you haven't seen them for a long time, or if you're not given the opportunity to see them, I should say. But the party was good. Everybody came over. I missed church. I was so tired. I literally slept until almost 10 o'clock. Church starts at 10. And I wasn't even done feeding the animals. Took a shower and feeding the animals until almost 10:45. And I feel bad, but I literally slept for about 12. Oh, Rainey, I'm gonna contact her, let her know we got sheep for sale. She needs some sheep, some nice little white cuddly lambs. And I'll neglect her to tell her that they turn into great big stinky adults, much like the little cute baby goats turn into big stinky goats. Not gonna lie, July was a bad month for my diet. I did not fast like I was supposed to. I did not eat like I was supposed to. That the last week of July I was so stressed that I was eating chocolate. I ate more sugar. I ate more sugar the last 4 days of July than I'd had in the previous 6 months combined. Seriously. Um, so I've still got lots of work. So I reset I reset the fasting schedule yesterday, or yeah, I guess yesterday because I ate a big dinner late Sunday. But I reset the fasting, and I'm gonna hit it again really hard until Christmas time and see what happens. It's gonna take me a month to get all the weight off that I probably put on the last week of the July, but that's okay. You know what? We're not gonna beat ourselves up for failing on that account, right? As long as we're always moving forward, once we backslide. I for some reason, as I was sitting there resting, a bunch of 1980s music came up in my feed. So I just started playing it, and I was telling Killer about all the stories related to these videos, and the like the culture behind the music and stuff. And it was really fun because I explained the meaning of a couple of songs to him, and no, that was Killian. But because if you remember correctly, there were some songs in the '80s that they could not make today. One of them being 865 or 365 Jenny, whatever. 8675309. Hey, Bobby. Yeah, it was okay. Oh, yes, it was good, and yes, the no vote's going to pass overwhelmingly, which is good.
Even on the levy?
The levy's not on the state side. That's a county thing, so that'll be this evening. Are you going to get in here? Or are you going to
No,
relax?
I'll just sit over here if you want me.
Oh, usually whenever you come in late, yeah.
I'm tired.
Come on, jump in.
I'll stand for a little bit, and then I'll probably go take a bath, soak, and go to bed.
Oh, I was telling them about the party. Let me
Yeah,
get the
the
comments out of
party
your
that
face.
you hated to have.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want it, but it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was gonna be.
My parties are never as bad as you think they're going to be.
Boom boom, out go the lights. Couldn't be released today. Oh, he's yelling Angie at you, but yes, Angie by
What I do?
Rod Stewart could not be
Oh,
released today. My Sharona.
right.
Oh, what's that? Why is he saying congratulations?
Who?
I wonder why Lynn's saying congratulations.
Oh,
Why
yes,
is Randy
so
saying
You
congratulations?
told everybody I got the job.
Yes, I did.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, Bob. That was the first time Bobby had ever been up here. All these years, and we visited him, and he's never taken time to come up and see us. We were kind of feeling unloved for a while, weren't we?
Feeling what?
Unloved, just quite frankly. No, thank several people that had seen the property when we first moved in. Um, commented on what a change has been over the last 5 years,
Yeah.
and the next 2 or 3 years is going to be even more rapid, dramatic change
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, Bobby, woohoo! But so with the plan that you wanted me to do, I just sent a message this evening to my new boss, and that will be because I don't switch over until the 29th, which is super, super close to the 10th and 11th and 12th. So trying to make sure I can get everything in order and make sure everybody's happy because that'll be like right at the beginning of my training. So, but I'll figure it out, Bobby. No matter what, I will be there Saturday. No matter what.
I
It's
can take
Thursday and Friday.
I can take Thursday and Friday morning off
Can you?
and go slim.
Okay. All right. Then you could take everything for the seed trade, set it up. It could stay all day, and then I can leave from work out there. Because from work out there won't take me very long to get there. From here to
He
there.
says, understand, do what you need to do.
Yeah, well, I'm checking. My new boss is so damn cool. So we'll see what happens. And I told her in the interview about that festival So I'm hoping it's going to be okay.
Well, you're going to find out if they're.
I'm fixing to find out.
You can find out what type of corporation, what type of company it is.
I know what type of corporation and company it is. Even the bigwigs personally sought me out and congratulated me. So I'm like, nice.
So yeah, and spent a bunch of time. My son and his family did not get to come up because he was not able to find anybody to take his on call.
There's short police officers right
now.
now.
If you know anybody that does law enforcement that
wants to move to Joplin,
they've got lots of slots open.
Detectives all the way everywhere.
So, well, that's just a shame because I got the.
It's a sign of the times.
I got the second bedroom done to the point where we could temporarily move furniture into it for the weekend, so they'd have a proper bed to sleep in instead of sleeping on the futon. Yeah. And but it's probably just as well because moving it in and out or in and then having to pile it up in the middle of the room just to mud and sand around it would have been a pain in the butt. It's
fine. It worked out.
So my goal is in the next couple of weeks to finish that room.
Yeah.
Even the molding, to even put the molding on. I hate putting molding on. I could live without molding my entire life. And be upset. It's just such a pain in the ass. Pardon my language. But so are you guys? Your new job's not going to interfere with your canning class.
No, that's on a weekend.
If you guys are in the Topeka area or a day trip to Topeka and you want to take a canning class, Midwest Preparedness Festival,
August 19th.
August 19th, Saturday,
Sunday.
It's a Sunday. It's having a canning class, and somebody who knows a little bit about canning, my fan, right there. Somebody that knows a little bit about canning is going to be giving the class.
It's $30.
$30.
If you just want to watch, it's $5.
Now, $30. That's $30 is awful dang expensive for a canning class, isn't it?
Stupid cheap.
Why is it stupid cheap?
It's stupid cheap.
You're just watching water boil.
Really? But you're also taking stuff home. You're getting
what are they taking
experience. Home? I haven't figured that one out yet. You're gonna definitely take. We're gonna be canning meat. We're gonna do some bacon, and I haven't figured out if we're gonna do beef and chicken or just do one or the other. And then, so you'll get to take that home, experiment with that a little bit, and then get some insight on pressure canning and what it takes to store and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but I think I have a few tools and things that maybe we could give out. We'll see. We'll see how much meat
are you gonna do heritage canning of the meat, or are you gonna do just pressure?
We're gonna go ahead and do just pressure canning because I want to get everybody through the basics before I start getting them into the heritage canning.
All right, take it easy, Randy. Good seeing you, man.
Bye, Randy.
You got to see his grandkid for the first time in 8 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. Who doesn't want to work under pressure?
Me.
I'm tired of working under pressure.
I'm so tired today. It's not even funny.
That's one of the things around here is constant feeling that something needs to be done.
Something always needs to be done.
But so I'm having to learn. I don't know how to relax. I mean, I'm either working or I'm relaxing unhealthily. So I'm having to learn how to turn it off. I'm purposely trying to make Sundays a day of rest. It's not working out very well, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, we had something unspeakable. I'm not going to go into it, but we had something happen, and the stress over it. I had a very hard time Sunday, very hard time Monday. A little bit better today, but I did something different yesterday. I made sure that my body got some rest, and I got appropriate rest, and was able to clear my mind because I really felt like the last 3 days I've been in a dream.
I was awake at 11, and I walked out. Usually, you're out watching TV and having a beer, and all the lights are on.
Sleep.
Yeah, she turned off all the lights, and I walked out there, and I was like, "Holy!" And I'd had my headlamp on. I was reading with my headlamp in the room, and I stepped out, and I took the headlamp off, and I stepped out, and everything was dark, and all I could see was the glow from the heat lamp.
Well, see, my hours at work are going to change too. So I only have 3 weeks to get my program adjusted. And so, all of the stress from everything and what happened, I am, I have to get it under control because this stuff and worrying about things and worrying about what's going on. And I'm not going to lie, because of what happened, I want to be better prepared to be able to protect myself.
Mhm.
So there be that. There's some crazy in this world.
She wasn't in any danger.
No.
She was
no.
not in any danger. So anyway, the lamp, the heat lamp,
Mm-hmm.
we still got it on, even though the chicks are almost 3 weeks old now, 4 weeks old.
Well, I mean, we could have put them under mats, but we knew there were turkeys coming.
Speaking of turkeys, yes, that's where I was going. The heat lamp got moved to a new brooder yesterday, as a matter of fact, because we got 2 brand new turkeys. House turkey is sitting in one of the grow tables in the
Greenhouse. Nothing is sacred.
and she had a clutch of about 12 eggs, and
they all
2 of them hatched yesterday. We didn't get any today yet.
Okay, probably tonight.
Hate waking up staring at the ceiling. Oh, I'm telling you what, Sunday night, I slept with the door open to the room, and the cats and the dogs. Freya came up and stuck her wet nose right on my cheek when I was asleep. The cat came up and bumped into me. I wake up, and her tail's hanging up, and she's like right there in my face. I'm like, get off me. So yeah, I didn't sleep well Sunday night. And last night I stayed up reading. I'll tell you what, back up to the birthday. I got probably one of the best birthday presents I've gotten. In fact, I can't think of a better one I've gotten.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't get it for you.
That it's not about you, it's about me. It's about the present that I got. No, seriously, it's the best one I've gotten in a long time. My in-laws sent me my in-laws sent me the trilogy by Raymond Ibrahim, who is he used to work at the Library of Congress. He's a scholar, studied under Victor Davis Hanson. He's got his master's degree. He's an Egyptian Coptic Christian who lives in the United States. He's naturalized. He wrote a trilogy of books about Islam and Christianity, and the first one is The Sword and the Scimitar, which goes over 1,400 years of warfare between Christendom and Islam. The second one is The Men of the West, the Defenders of the West. That it's highlights some of the heroes of the Crusades and the Reconquista and the defense of Europe. And then the last one is about the Knights Templar and the Knights Hospitaller. And if you don't know, his Raymond Ibrahim, he's on YouTube. He's got his own channel, and he does a lot of stuff related with his books. He's a very good author, and he, as military histories go, they're fantastic because he uses a ton of contemporary sources for the stories.
Well, he got a lot of that out of from where he worked, right? He was able to go over those original papers, so that's where he got a lot of that information.
At the Library of Congress. But they're really good, and I highly recommend them. I got it. When did you give that to me? Last Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already 3/4 of the way through the first book.
Dad's already finished the last one and almost done with the first one. He left the third one home, and now he's regretting that he did. Once he gets in him, he can't get out of it.
Yeah. And he's got lots of time to read now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have as much time as he does.
True.
But no, I recommend it. And the thing about it is, you guys, anybody that's watched this channel long enough knows that I am not a big fan of Islam. Quite frankly, Islam is an existential threat to the West, and I've felt that way since the early 90s, since I read the Quran and learned about the culture and the ideology of Islam. He lays it out there. And Skane's a skip signal is back. She was here. I didn't realize she left. She didn't say bye. Her signal just went.
Oh,
Apparently.
well, then she could say goodbye.
But, yeah, so I highly recommend him. I mean, if anything, watch his videos because he goes over a lot of material from the books in his videos, and he's very knowledgeable. The Tang and the in fact Tang and the books, and a cigar and the bourbon.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, I think some of the conspiracy theory presentations were hilarious.
Oh yeah, the conspiracy. I told him about those.
Yeah, those were hilarious. Some of them I wish we had copies of. It would have been nice to just kind of put all that stuff together. And I think the conspiracy theory poster that Fiona did for you was really cute. It was really nice. I don't know if they're going to be able to see all of that.
Can they see it?
Kind of. You just can't make everything out, though. It basically, like, he's looking at one goat. After he met the alien and that kind of thing, he was talking to the alien, and he was talking with one goat over the fence, and he asked the goat, he goes, "How come you didn't tell me what was going on around here?" And the goat looks at him and says, "Some things are just better to be ignored."
She made it. If you couldn't tell by looking at it, she made it like one of those crazy paranoid people conspiracy boards, and they couldn't find any yarn, so she had to use red marker to tie everything together. She went to a lot of work.
She did.
She did a very good job, and she helped Angel make her party.
Oh man, Fiona went over and above. Yeah, I love that kid.
To be fair, you paid her too.
No, I paid her for cleaning house.
And helping on Saturday. Was she cleaning on Saturday?
So she cleaned on Sunday, but I didn't pay her for that. I can. If you want me to pay her, I can.
No, we'll talk about it. What else went on around here? I told them about our little mess up with the electricity. Oh, it's a good learning experience. It
was fun. We had good conversations, so it all worked out well.
The garden's not growing like I wanted it to, but man, I'll tell you what,
producing.
we're producing some stuff. What are those gourds called?
Kusha. They're not gourds.
They're squash.
They're squash. It's kusha.
Kusha squash. Those things, they're that big around. There's about 8 of them out there right now. And cucumbers, I need to go out and get cucumbers in the morning.
Yeah, before they get yellow. Kusha can stay on for a little bit.
And we got tomatoes. We got eggplants. They're not very big. In fact, they might be gone by now.
Aw.
But I don't know if when they're supposed to be.
How big are they?
They're only.
Are they purple?
Yeah.
You pick them.
All right. I'll go out after we're done here tonight.
All right.
Go put everybody away. I'll go pick some.
No, let's not lose those.
I love it. You guys, I love eggplant parmesan. She makes really good eggplant parmesan.
And I think I have some ricotta in there too.
Do you?
Probably make that happen this week.
So what else went on around here? I talked about the animals. I talked about selling the goats, the birthday party, the wedding, the electricity, anything else?
That's pretty much it. I mean, besides the grinding, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So Carl came over, fixed the mower, got that running, did all of that. And so, yeah, but just talk about any of the, I don't know.
Basically, we've managed to
pretty much everything.
Managed to shove everything into about 40 minutes worth of talking.
Yeah.
But we got a lot done. It's that time of year we're able to get stuff done. Once the heat broke, it made it a hell of a lot easier. Because I'll tell you what, Saturday, not this Saturday, the Saturday before when I was mowing right after I got the mower fixed and I was raking grass, I drank 1.5 gallons of water and I still lost 8 pounds. And I sucked down water all day long and all day Sunday and still was not hydrated well enough.
For my gardeners out there, I've been kind of struggling with something and trying to think. So now is not the time of year for really outdoor live plants. Now is really not the time. Some are starting to harvest. Not all are starting to harvest. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get. I will be able to get some seeds dried if I push it. So maybe I could just pick a couple things and that kind of stuff so that we have like a giveaway or something good to do with the seed trade at Midwest. Any ideas on like winter stuff with winter gardening? I know we could start looking at brassicas again and getting those in the ground. Um, some of the tomatoes, what I'm concerned about, the ones that do really well with rotting, and then or you just plant them in the ground, let them rot. Those have to be down before the first frost. Maybe we need to look when the first frost is going to be. See about that. See if there's time for that. Maybe we can. I don't know.
We lost a lot of plants this spring and summer to Johnson grass. It just overwhelmed them because I swear to God, people, I living in Missouri, this was not the case. If there's a flat spot that even gets a tiny bit of dirt on it, grass grows here. I've got bushes growing in the gutter of the chicken coop right now that I got to clean out. It was growing on the deck. Like 2 days, boom, there's little grass popping up in the dirt between the boards. It's insane. And then the Johnson grass, my God,
Yeah.
I hate that stuff.
Raspberry bushes can't be split yet. Blackberry bushes can't be split yet.
And they're all overgrown with Johnson grass.
Yeah, but that will calm that back. Those are usually split in spring. So those will be ready for a spring festival. But yeah, so I'm kind of scrambling to try to figure things out.
I can split that horseradish and take some horseradish.
Yeah, maybe we need to do stuff like that.
You took some this spring, didn't you?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
What I did was already claimed by people.
It's almost time to plant radishes, sugar snap peas again. Also, I'm planting a third series of bush beans. We didn't get any beans in this spring. Just too much
we
going
have
on.
plenty of beans to plant though, so we can get them in for the fall. So yeah, those are good ideas. Yeah, I'm thinking we got to go back and then what I'll do is I'll sit down and I'll do a guideline on a winter garden. I think that's what we'll do, and then I'll come up with something around that. So, because I want it to be as good as the last one, I want them to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
The seed exchange.
Yeah, the seed
tell
exchange.
People you want bigger.
The seed exchange. Okay. And so I want those to be bigger and bigger. And the fact is that takes work and it's trial and error. So I got to figure out what to do about the fall. Spring was pretty good. We had a lot of participants, so I was really happy about that.
You got seeds to exchange?
I do, and I'm sure everybody else will. But as well as I do, not everybody's going to bring everything just for a winter garden. So I think that needs to be specific for like, I don't know, maybe I can put something together for like a basket that we can raffle off or something.
Beets, turnips, no.
What do you mean no?
Gregory says beets and turnips.
Mm-hmm.
Mustard greens, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Radishes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Peas, yes. And some greens for fall plant. I do not like beets. I do not like turnips. I would rather starve to death than have to eat anything.
He has eaten beets and he has eaten turnips. And so I put them in a stew and I don't tell him when I put them in. And he eats it and he loves them.
The turnips I could eat. No, I eat it because I'm hungry. I eat the turnips because I'm hungry, and not because I enjoy them.
Do you want me to tell you what it's in?
What is it?
Flu Buster.
Yeah, I know it's in Flu Buster. But if you're making like a turnip soup or something like that, just or roasted turnips.
We roast turnips and honey and pepper.
And then beets. I don't know how people can eat those with so nasty.
Can make beet juice. It's good for you. It's healthy. It would be good for your heart.
Cleaning beets looks like a bloody crime scene. Yeah, absolutely. And they taste nasty. Like a crime scene. Makes a crime scene in your mouth when you eat them.
Whatever.
My signal is sucking. I'm going to go to bed. I was able to. Okay. Oh, Mosun.
Good.
Awesome.
Games. Have a good night.
Sleep tight. She got her power thing figured out, so she's not baking at night anymore.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. So she's got it hooked up now.
Well, she was saying that it was better.
Oh, good.
At the party. But yeah. So that's about it for the update. You got anything else you want to talk to people about?
Not really.
No financial scams they need to be aware of?
Oh yeah, there's a new financial scam that's going around. It's emails now, and so the trend today was essentially that you've been charged anywhere between $200 and some odd dollars to $500 and some odd dollars for a Geek Squad subscription. So um, do not click on those emails. Do not do what they're asking you to do. Do not take their phone calls. Just hang up and call your bank immediately.
What's really funny about
We had
those
some-
is that the email address on them isn't even close to being a Geek Squad email address.
Sometimes they will. So here's what happens. So sometimes they'll change something different, looks really, really close, and you don't know. And so then next thing you know, there's like this huge ordeal, and they talk to you until you get so confused that you're complying and giving them all of your information, including one person I felt horrible for. $31,000. $31,000. Not from our bank,
Look,
from another bank, but
being old is no excuse to be taken advantage of. Like,
it's not just older people.
I know. Young people even have less.
It's just so sad. I'm so exhausted today. It's just over and over and over, and it just shows how sucky people can be.
Okay, I'm on the IT security end of this, and I deal with this on a daily basis, from defending against it and seeing the results. And my sympathy well is pretty much dry for people that get
Yeah, because you don't talk to them every day. You don't understand. When they call me, I can see all of their finances that are right in front of me. Every investment, everything. It's right in front of me, and I can see everything, and I hear the pain in their voices. And most of the time, it's how stupid they feel.
I understand.
And it's not their stupidity. They get taken advantage of.
Yeah.
They get so confused that they don't realize, and that's what these criminals are going after.
Gregory, most of these people, it's actually in the Golden Triangle in the Thailand, Laos area, and then in Indonesia. Those are the two hot spots for fraudsters.
Well, there's California, New York, so now they're moving all in, right? Up there in Michigan and that kind of thing. So they're asking a lot of people to take cash to these machines, turn it over to crypto, and they don't know any better because they've spoofed our phone number or another bank's phone number and that kind of thing.
Most of those people are overseas.
I get it, but I actually had somebody mail cash overnight UPS. I am telling you, they're here in the United States. They are here. And so, the sad part is when it's cash like that and it's crypto like that, your money's gone. There's nothing we can do. Nothing at all. That's why we're so protective over Zelle. Everybody gets mad. Do you want to know who I'm sleeping with? You need my blood type and that kind of thing. You know what we're doing? We're trying to protect you. We're trying to figure out if it's a scam or not.
Here's how you keep from being taken advantage of. There's two things you can do. Number one, never click on a link in an email.
Right.
Never.
Right.
Never. If you feel like you need to investigate it, go to the webpage and manually type in where you need to go. If it's Chase Bank, type in the address for Chase Bank, or if it's the .edu that you're going to school with, type it in. Go through the webpage and go that way.
And make sure there's a padlock. The padlock is up there in your browser. Make sure the padlock is completely locked and it says secure site. If it does not start with HTTPS, it is not a secured site.
Well, even then, if you're not clicking on the link, it's not a big deal.
Well, some of them are going to these websites and wanting to know. I had one, for instance, there's a Healthy Pets, but it was spelled with a Z. That's a fraudulent website. The real website is Healthy Pets, PETS. And so they're out there. They're hard to find. Research everything before you get into it. And
the second way you can keep from getting taken advantage of about 90% of the time, if you don't recognize the phone number, don't answer the damn phone. And people are
They're spoofing numbers and they are answering the phone. But here's what I'm going to tell you. So when that happens, if they start asking you a lot of personal information, hang up and call your bank. Just hang up and call the bank. We are happy to take the phone calls, whether you think they're stupid or not. We are happy to take them, and we are happy to research it for you. And guess what? It takes us about 3 to 5 minutes to figure.
If they've got a Southeast Asian accent, hang up the phone. I don't care. I don't care if it's legit or not. Hang up the phone.
I have a couple of coworkers that would take offense to that.
But the Nigerian prince really needs my help. Yes, he does.
Right.
Did you hear?
Yeah, and Elon Musk is truly in love with me. Going broke, having bankruptcy, and needs me to send money to him.
Now, I just felt my sympathy well dry up just a little bit more. When you tell
that one, I agree.
When you tell stories like that, my sympathy well just runs completely dry. It will not replenish.
The romance scams are real. They happen every day, and you would not believe the conversations that we have trying to talk people out of making a huge mistake.
I've been in situations where I thought I was in love and I made an ass out of myself in the process.
Did you do it online?
I've never been that deeply invested in somebody.
Well, we really didn't have anything online either before we got married. There really wasn't any of that. Heck, we didn't even have email until after our son was born.
I would never do it email related, like the long distance, like Barb and Charlie. Mm-hmm. That would never happen.
Well, I remember us telling Barb all the time it was a scam. It was a scam. I mean, it's very rare that it's not a scam. So.
Oh, see, look, Lynn's getting those emails.
Oh gosh. Yeah, they will, and I do. I get a lot of them through Messenger, and it's always some captain or some admiral or something like that, and he's so in love with me and just wants to chat.
I get those
because
all the
he
time.
Likes the way that I look, and I'm like, this is ridiculous and stupid.
Telegram's getting really bad.
Is it getting bad with that?
Just like random, hi honey.
Right. Yes. Yeah, I get that too.
With stripper names, no less.
Oh, mine doesn't. It's always some kind of profile that they've stolen in Facebook, and so yeah.
Well, see, there you go. Don't get on Facebook, and that'll alleviate a lot of your problems. Just
well,
in
see,
general.
That's not fair either, because we have a lot of people that we saw at the wedding that were sad that we haven't posted a lot to Facebook.
Just in
they
general.
Watched our photos all the time, our videos all the time, and we haven't been posting them.
You haven't been posting them because I don't post.
Well,
them.
we had them going automatically, so I'm not sure
that broke.
What happened.
That broke a long time ago.
What do you mean it broke?
The process broke on Facebook.
Like it doesn't exist anymore?
It either doesn't exist or something's wrong with it on our channel. And
I think it's something on our channel because I remember having a problem with something else.
I don't care about
keep telling guys, we don't care about you, and if the only way that you watch us is on Facebook, he doesn't care.
That's not I don't care about the people. I don't care about Facebook. There are other avenues. This is on Rumble and X. If you don't want it,
I thought Rumble broke.
No, if you don't want to watch this on YouTube, you can watch it on X, or you can watch it live on Rumble.
So I totally forgot about that, and so I can send a message and let her.
Okay. Let them know.
Yeah, because her daughter can walk her through how to do that.
They don't want to watch it on YouTube.
I mean, I would assume she knew we were on YouTube because when you click on it in Facebook, it takes you to YouTube. So I'm guessing not.
Boomer.
No, she's our age. What are you talking about?
Oh, old Gen X. Hey, we're all getting at that age.
Whatever. So, but anyway, so yeah.
Candy needs you to call her.
Who?
Gregory says Candy needs you to call her.
I think he's talking to you. I don't know who Candy is.
This stripper name.
Oh, and Cinnamon. Yeah.
Mercedes.
Yeah. There's all kinds
Porsche.
of them.
Dated a Porsche once.
It's ridiculous. So
I really wouldn't call it dating.
I'm just gonna say
it really wasn't dating. It was outside. It was outside the club though. It was outside of working hours.
Oh yeah, sure.
It wasn't. She wasn't a prostitute.
Oh sure.
Well, not in that sense. I mean, I might offend somebody in the chat.
Maybe your wife.
You've never stripped.
I don't need to know what you've done before me.
Well, you used to tell me about all the drug dealers that the cartel members and crazy seals that were knocking on the door.
Would you stop?
My God.
Quit.
Double standards here. Wouldn't have any at all if it weren't for two.
At least.
Well, you know what? It's the prep runner coming out because one standard is none and two is one. So you got to have double standards.
Sure.
Did your stress meter just go up on your watch?
Yeah. So.
Oh goodness. All right, it's 9:00.
All right, I'm checking out.
She's gonna check out.
So I'll leave you with this. Did you see how many states so far that they believe it's Iran has
The water tax.
yeah, the water hacks. Yeah.
Has anybody in chat been hit by the hacking of the water systems?
Michigan and Minnesota seem to be getting hit the most. I wonder why.
I think they wouldn't attack the kindred spirits.
Well, apparently they're not kindred spirits.
Dude, because nobody likes Somalis.
I'm checking out. Bye, guys. Be at least 10% better tomorrow than you were today, and be a hell of a lot better than him.
And don't be a Somali.
Ugh, I didn't say that.
I did. All right, hey, my tribal videos, the unhealthy tribe video. I think that's what it was. That's the only one I can think about. I got a notification last week that I was mentioned by somebody named Officer Black Power. And I was like, what?
You're definitely going to get mentioned.
I was like, what? And so I clicked on it, because it gives you the link for the comment or the comment that you were tagged in. And I go to this community post and it says you have been reported for racism and other things. And there's got to be, I don't know how many characters you can have in a YouTube community post, but this guy filled up every single one of them because it was just name after name after name after name. And it wasn't just one community post. It was like, there were like 15 or 20 of them that I was tagged in. I guess he was just spamming it. I guess he was just spamming his own community page or something. But I was extremely proud of myself though, because the old me was banging at the door to get out to comment and egg this person on, and I didn't. I was very proud. I felt very mature in the moment. Oh, it would have been so much fun. Oh man, because it's been so fun, so much fun. But okay, we got 2 roads we can go down. I've got a topic that's related to the natural rights issue, or not issue, but the ideas and stuff. I got a topic I want to talk about because it's something that has been on my mind the last couple of weeks, interacting with the community. I've got that. Or do you guys want to do a live unboxing of a product that we got for review? All right, I'm going to give you guys some time to think about it, so we can talk about a upright citizen, orderly liberty topic, or we can do an unboxing of this product. I got to do a video on it. So basically what I'm going to do, if we go that route, I'm just going to make it so that I can edit that part out of this longer live recording and post it as a standalone video. I've been sitting on this for a couple of weeks. I need to get it done. I meant to do it today, but I got home and quite frankly, I'm tired tonight. I was tired. I was like, man, I'll just go. I'll just get the animals out on pasture tonight and worry about it tomorrow when I got some time. It's supposed to be cooler tomorrow anyway. So you guys do that. I think right now I'm leaning towards the upright citizen, natural rights type of thing. Just because I worked on it for 2 weeks. I meant to do it last week, but some things happened. Things happened this last week that made me edit it and change it a little bit more and add a little bit more depth to it. It actually came out pretty good. Thank him for the mention and remind him to help shoot the channel. I don't. Does it really help the algorithm? I'm not sure the way he did it does. Not that I care. I really don't care. The guy's a racist anyway. Just I could tell by his reaction in the channel name. You know, Black Power. And yes, I am mocking him. That doesn't make me racist. It just means he's a dumbass, and I'm mocking him. And you know, dumbassery is not limited by skin color or gender. It's a broad spectrum, and everybody fits in it at some point in their life. But, okay, so I'm not getting any. I know there's a lag time. What's that?
The state of Kansas.
For what?
Results that are in right now.
For what?
The state of Kansas. Right?
What results?
So
Just
with
in
all
total?
of them, in total.
In total? Okay. She was showing me the map of Kansas with all the counties that have reported.
That are coming in right now.
That had reported.
That's only 60.9% of them.
Well, I'm going to give you guys a couple more minutes to think about it. And while we're doing that, Polymarket. You guys know what Polymarket is? Polymarket is a betting thing. And the news guy, Pete Mundo out of Kansas City, was talking about it on the radio. And I knew this beforehand, but he just kind of drove it home. Polymarket is getting really deep now that the voting season is here into voting on politics. And some of the races, like the Republican governor nomination was today it was the primary today. And the one guy had a 95% chance of winning on Polymarket, which means if you put $10 down and put $10 down on him not winning, that you'd win like $95 or 100. Anyway, it was a good return on investment. And this Polymarket had the numbers were just way out of whack as far as how much somebody was going to win. I know that because I was looking at the results earlier for a couple of races because I was kind of curious. Okay, so Gregory says the upright citizen thing. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. Excuse me. All right. So I've got notes here in front of me, so I'm going to read them. So I'm giving you a coherent and cognizant message, and not one that's scattershot all over the place. Okay. So just bear with me. All right. So the discussion on natural rights and moral law and upright citizen has become one of my favorite topics that I've done on YouTube so far in the last 5 or 6 years we've been on. More than any other series I've produced, it's forced me to re-examine my own thinking and gain a deeper understanding of not just what I believe, but why I believe it. And if you've been with the channel since the beginning, or for any time that matter, you know this series was never really about politics or elections or political parties. And it certainly hasn't been about telling people who or what to vote for. It's been about something much more fundamental. It's been about learning how free people think, or more importantly, how they should think. And over the course of the series, we explored where rights come from, why moral law matters, why character and virtue are essential to a free society, and why the Constitution alone can't preserve liberty. And running through all those discussions has been one central idea, and that is that liberty is not self-sustaining. It depends on the upright citizen, not perfect citizens who always agree, but citizens who are willing to think, reason, exercise moral discernment, and accept responsibility for the consequences of their choices. And when I step back and look at the series as a whole, that's the thread that ties everything together. And as I've continued thinking about these ideas, though, I've realized they naturally lead to another question. It's not a question we've tackled directly, but I think it's one that every citizen eventually has to wrestle with. We live in a world that's constantly demanding our attention. Every headline, politician, activist, influencer, and movement, every day we're being asked to believe something, support something, oppose something, or take some kind of action. How does the upright citizen respond? That's the question that's been on my mind since this voting season started, the primary season started gaining speed the last couple of weeks. And it's naturally the next step. And it's about taking everything we've discussed so far and asking what it looks like to apply those principles to the world we live in every single day. So over the last few weeks, the back and forth on the issue that was on the ballot, on the Kansas ballot, which was voted on today, has been on my mind. It's one of the issues. I'm not going to tell you what the issue is, but it's been on my mind. And I've gotten some very fundamental disagreements with some people in the community because we've got some issues, differing issues. We look at it at different ways. Hey, Rank. To be honest, these people that I disagree with, I find their reasoning rather short-sighted and revolving around one thing, and not very concerned about the real-world ramifications of a good idea. It struck me that this happens on both sides, the left and the right. Ideology doesn't protect us from the good idea fairy. Too often, here's what happens. The moment someone says one of the magic words like freedom, democracy, justice, equality, or security, just to name a few, the conversation almost stops. And I'm not going to lie, I've been guilty of this in the past. And if you're honest, you probably have been too. It's as though simply saying the word settles the question. If you follow the meme-averse, that's the place where the great political memes come from, you've probably seen the phrase, because my freedom, my democracy, whatever, because my X. It's usually meant as sarcasm, but beneath the sarcasm is a very important observation. Sometimes people, in their rush towards freedom, end up substituting a slogan for an argument. Now, before anybody misunderstands me, all those magic words that I mentioned earlier, they're legitimate values, and it's the values aren't my concern here. My concern is what happens when we stop thinking because someone invoked one of them. Think about it. How many times have you been in a discussion with someone and that someone defends their ideas with a single word like freedom? Okay. Freedom to do what? Freedom from what? Freedom from who? And more importantly, at what cost? What are the long-term consequences of your freedom or whatever you're invoking? None of those questions disappear simply because somebody said the word freedom. The exact same thing happens with the word democracy. We the people, fine, that's great. You're making the decision because we the people. But let's be honest. History is full of democratic decisions that turned out to be terrible. Democracy answers only one question: who decides? It doesn't answer questions like, should they? The moment the word becomes a substitute for thinking, liberty is already in trouble. Now, slogans feel good because they reduce complexity. And I understand. I've got some shirts on our shirt store that are slogans. They've got slogans on them, and they're meant to be simple and to invoke you to think about the idea behind it. So I use them. I'm not going to deny that. But here's the deal. Slogans remove the burden of thinking by replacing reasoning with certainty. Slogans express that moral certainty without doing the hard work of moral reasoning. All right? It expresses the moral certainty without doing the hard work of the reasoning. People don't actually crave slogans. Nobody wants a slogan. What they want is they want relief from uncertainty. And that explains why slogans become so powerful during crises. Slogans on the surface seem to create division. It's not necessarily the case. Slogans eliminate the thinking, and the division is merely a consequence of that. And that in itself is dangerous, especially for conservatives, Christians, and patriots. Why, you may ask? Because we're supposed to be people of principle. We're not people that prefer outcomes. Here's some examples of what I would characterize of because my whatever moments, all right? Because my security, we got the Patriot Act. Because my equality, we got excessive revolutionary moments like BLM and Antifa. Because my democracy, the majority, most often the mob, starts violating people's rights. Because my freedom, we abandon constitutional restraints because they're inconvenient. Good principles survive hard questions. Slogans simply avoid them. This is where I think we find ourselves today. We have legitimate concerns: government overreach, cultural decline, institutional distrust, weaponized bureaucracy, economic instability. These are all things that we talk about here on the channel. None of these concerns are imaginary. They're very real, and we feel them every single day. But here's the danger. Fear makes us impatient, and impatience leads us to skip the reasoning part. You know, I'm sure if you think about it, we've all heard this. You've heard what I'm about to say. We need more elections. Vote harder. We need less government. We need a stronger government. We need emergency powers. COVID. Probably the scariest one of them all is we need to burn it all down. None of these proposals get a free pass because they promise freedom. Saying freedom is easy. Explaining how it preserves liberty is the hard part. And I started asking myself different questions, okay? Instead of asking, does this sound like freedom? I asked myself, does this promote liberty, or does it ultimately limit it? In order to answer those questions, I found that I end up asking even more questions. Like, what is the problem they're trying to solve? Does it actually solve it? What principle justifies it? What new problems does it create? What precedent does it establish? Does it strengthen or weaken the institutions liberty depends on, like an independent judiciary? Would I support this if my political opponents were in power? And that last question, that last one, is probably one of the most important, because the principles that only work when your side is in power aren't principles, they're preferences. Now, the Constitution was not written for the people we agree with. It was written for the people that we don't. And this is why I've spent so much time introducing the idea of ordered liberty based on the Constitution, natural rights, and everything that we've talked about. Ordered liberty isn't slower because it's weak. It's slower because consequences matter. And here's a fact that I've learned. The greater the burden, the greater the moral justification must be. I've said that several times. You know, it's true in scripture, it's true in history, and it's true in our everyday life. Think about self-defense. Think about using a gun in self-defense. That is a huge burden. That is a monstrous moral burden. And the justification that you have to have in order to do it and not be wrong is in return huge. You know, and think about it. If you're voting and you're about to make a decision that affects millions of people, trust me, isn't enough. That's not enough of an answer. So we need to ask ourselves, have I ever repeated something because it sounded right? Have I ever shared something before checking it? Have I ever accepted a proposal simply because my side supported it? And I guarantee you, if you're honest with yourself, you're going to find yourself saying, yes, I have, to one, if not all three of those. It's human nature. And here's why I think this is important. So there are a multitude of examples of this in process, this mad rush to freedom and setting aside the reasoning. But here's a historical event that, in my opinion, exemplifies the dangers of a mad rush towards freedom: the French Revolution. Now, remember, the French Revolution started in the wake of the American Revolution. They started one right after the other, right? And the French people saw what was happening in America, and they yearned for something similar. And the French people wanted liberty. They wanted equality and justice. Liberty, equality, and justice. Those are noble ideas. But then fear began to shape people's thinking. That fear was fueled by years of frustration under poor and indifferent leadership, and it eventually turned into anger. And as emotions intensified, careful moral reasoning gave way to simple slogans. Principles were no longer the standard. Once the crowds formed, the slogan became the argument. And once that happened, the mob became the movement itself, which was increasingly willing to sacrifice the very principles it claimed to defend. And soon, anyone that questioned the revolution became an enemy of it. The movement began to demand liberty, that began by demanding liberty, eventually became one of the bloodiest governments Europe had ever seen. The problem wasn't liberty. The problem was the people had abandoned the principles that make liberty possible. Again, we have not been immune to this. Think about the Patriot Act or the BLM movements that I mentioned earlier, and how they both became, in practice, 180 degrees opposite from the values they purported to stand for. So, getting close to the end of this. And here's the temptation that I think we're facing today. We're angry. Many of us are frustrated. Some of us are afraid, and rightfully so on all three accounts. And those emotions make slogans incredibly attractive because they help us justify conclusions that we've already emotionally accepted. Because freedom, because democracy, because justice, because security. The upright citizen, though, has a responsibility that the crowd doesn't. The upright citizen keeps asking questions, not because he lacks conviction, but because he understands that conviction without discernment becomes recklessness. Someone embracing a slogan without being able to explain logically and rationally the underlying principles is simply a sign that discernment has been outsourced. The words freedom and liberty are beautiful, but they are not arguments. They are conclusions. They are what comes out of putting the arguments into action. And every conclusion deserves to be examined. So maybe that's the challenge that I'll give you guys tonight. The next time someone tells you we have to do this because freedom, say, don't argue. Just ask them one simple question. Please walk me through your reasoning. Because if liberty is worth preserving, it's worth thinking carefully about. And if we lose the habit of reasoning, no slogan will save us. Every generation thinks that they're too smart to fall for slogans, including our generation. And every generation has been wrong, including ours. And I'm talking specifically to Gen Xers there, but that's true to every generation. I've said it before that the upright citizen asks one question every day. Will what I'm saying, doing, or supporting foster liberty or ultimately diminish it? And tonight I'll add one more. Am I defending a principle, or am I merely repeating a slogan? Because free people don't remain free simply by loving liberty. They remain free because they are willing to think before they act, reason before they react, and hold fast to the principles even when the slogans are on their side. Well, I hope that gives you some food for thought. Comment down below if you've got anything to add to that. You know, it's an important question, and quite frankly, that all came from discussions I've had with community members on the subject that was voted on tonight. And I honestly, it's something that we all need to be aware of, whether I agree with them or not. It's something that we all need to think about. And myself, more importantly, because I'm the one that brought it up. All right. And if you want to see one of the slogans I was talking about, go to the link down below to go to our spread shop and look at the shirts. I've got several of them that I think are very thought provoking, and will definitely get you second looks if you wear them out in public. I know they do whenever I wear them. Speaking of things you can do, if you guys go to Jace, they've got a lot of stuff on discount, anywhere from a couple $100 to $5 off of products. Highly recommended if you're looking for medical supplies. We use them. I'm very happy with them. Harvest Right for the month of August has $100 off freeze dryers. Just standard. You can go down our link below. You help the channel by helping yourself. It's getting that time of year, and things are settling down. We need to get the Harvest Right back up and running, get it cleaned out, and start processing produce and making some more long-term food storage, because that's part of building margin, which is what I talk about in my new book. It's not so new anymore. It's been out for 3 months, but that's what I talk about in my book, City Survival 101, the Full Spectrum Urban Preparedness Guide. It's a great introduction to somebody that is looking to be prepared on a rural, or not a rural, but an urban or suburban property. It's also a great way for somebody who's got more experience to do a quick refresher, because even though it's geared towards city living and suburban living, the preparedness principles in the book hold true no matter where you live. With that said, do you guys got anything? Well, that was really great English, wasn't it? You think that somebody that just wrote a book would be able to speak way better than that. So do any of you have anything you want to talk about before we leave? I'm going to give you guys a quick preview. The product that I'm going to do the unboxing for, I'll probably do the video tomorrow and post it Thursday, is the Garda Pro 3. Actually, this is one of the components. Actually got 3 boxes, but we got this, and I'm going to be kind of honest with you. I'm kind of excited about this one, and if it works like they say it works, I'm definitely going to get more of them and use them, because they fix a problem with a product. Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah, they fix a huge problem that we have.
Well, no, I'm talking about fixing using another product, a product that is similar to it. It's a predecessor, more exactly. But it fixes some real issues that I had with those. And the old product worked great, but this new way of doing it has the potential to be really good. I'm not going to lie. I'm looking forward to getting this thing up and running. And whoever out there, if you're listening, bought a Frizz Life product using our link, thank you very much. I've been extremely happy with the Frizz Life stuff. My father-in-law sent about a minute-long video talking about his first use of the
They love it.
the RV model. Was it RV 99? He's loving it. He's loving it. They have yet to make it. They ended up not going to Alaska and are heading down to Arizona.
California right now, and then they'll go to Arizona.
They're in California right now. They're going to be in Arizona, and apparently the place they RV in Arizona.
Lake Tahoe.
It's by Lake Tahoe. Apparently that's got.
It's on Lake Tahoe. The water is unpalatable.
Angela says they can't drink the water. But so yeah. So I'm looking like no, it's on Lake Havasu.
Oh, you're right.
It's on Lake Havasu because Tahoe's not in Arizona.
Right.
It's on Lake Havasu. Yes, the water around Lake Havasu is extremely mineral rich. So I look for. I need to get that one up and running. That's it, guys. I'm kind of at the end of the live stream. I hope you found it entertaining and a little bit thought provoking. Like I said, comment down below. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. And hold on a second. Gregory just posted something. Did you hear about the new Ohio law that if you are shorter than 5'4", you have to have a booster seat to drive? Susie's in trouble. Well,
I would be in trouble.
Well, okay. Is it to drive, or is it like a booster seat? Because I know people are pushing the laws where it's for kids. You know, they want kids that are smaller than 5 foot to be in a booster seat, which would be embarrassing as hell to a lot of kids. I've never heard that it actually applied to driving. How would you reach the pedal? Angela, how would you reach the pedal?
I wouldn't be able to reach the pedal. I'd have to then get extensions for the pedals.
You have to be wearing platform shoes. Like 19.
Bad enough, I'm sitting right on top of the steering wheel, so I can reach the pedals.
I'll have to look that one up. If it's so people can drive, I'm gonna laugh my butt off because Ohio is supposed to be a relatively conservative state, and that's Starla says hi.
Hey, Starla.
But yeah, that's too funny, man. Oh, driver and passengers, Gregory says.
Jeez Louise.
Lynn says, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, thank you very much. And if you made it this far and you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. Join us. We have these conversations once a week, and I'm trying to be more proactive about getting videos out on time. Last week was rough. Last week was a very busy week. Until next time, guys, remember, everything that's happening to us is intentional. So our reactions to them have to be just as intentional, okay? And that means going out tomorrow and living life debt-free. Take care.
Do you ever think about living in a world where we don't have access to modern medicine anymore?
Infections just aren't going to heal themselves. They're just not going to magically get fixed.
These medications will become life-saving for you and the people you care about. And it's all done online through the Jace Medical portal.
This kit right here, it's called the Jace case.
Jace Medical, they can supply you with emergency antibiotics.
If somebody gets really sick, that might be the only thing that can save their life.
And it's full of the top 5 antibiotics that we would need in an emergency situation.
It's an actual doctor that's prescribing you to this. It can be tailored for you specifically.
Getting our Jace case was super simple. We just went on their website, filled out a short form. It was reviewed by a board-certified physician, and then he wrote the prescription and mailed this to us from a real pharmacy.
This is a great addition to your medical kit.